1. Which 2016 presidential contender almost stabbed a friend to death as a teenager? Was it Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Ted Cruz, or Ben Carson? The answer is Ben Carson. In his autobiography, Carson describes lunging at a friend with a knife when he refuses to change the radio station. During the campaign, Trump accused Carson of having a pathological disease, even comparing him to a child molester. But Carson later endorsed Trump, saying the two men had buried the hatchet. Trump must have been very relieved to hear that. Question 2. During the campaign, which candidate was mocked the most by Donald Trump? Was it Ted Cruz, Jeb Bush, Marco Rubio, or Lindsey Graham? The answer is Jeb Bush. The former Florida governor was ridiculed as a low-energy guy, which helped sink his campaign. Donald Trump also poked fun at Little Marco before shifting his sights to Lion Ted, the Texas senator who has only one friend in the U.S. Senate. Question 3. Who claimed that you could murder Ted Cruz on the floor of the Senate and not be convicted if the trial was held in the Senate? Was it Donald Trump, President Barack Obama, Lindsey Graham, or Bernie Sanders? The answer is Lindsey Graham. But several weeks later, the South Carolina senator endorsed Ted Cruz, which just goes to show how much he detests Donald Trump, who once disclosed his phone number on national television. Question 4. The Supreme Court has one vacancy following the death of Antonin Scalia. President Obama wants to replace him with a less conservative judge, but some people want him to go further, to get rid of all the other 8 judges so he can create an ultra-liberal court. How could he do that? By dramatically reducing the salaries of the judges, by forcing them to testify to Congress a couple of times a year, by putting his loquacious Vice President Joe Biden on the bench, or by banning the judges from attending Washington parties. The answer is none of the above. Democrats and Republicans say, only half-jokingly, that you could clean out the court if you did just one thing: nominate Ted Cruz. Question 5. Hillary Clinton has come under intense scrutiny for using a personal email address when she was Secretary of State. Thousands of those emails have now been made public. In one she wrote, "It's great having you on the team." With whom was she corresponding? Was it Chelsea Clinton, John Kerry, Tony Blair, or Donald Trump? The answer is Tony Blair. In 2010, she asked the former British Prime Minister to help her solve a little problem in the Middle East. Now, there's no evidence that she ever emailed Donald Trump, even though she and Bill attended his wedding to Melania in 2005. While predicting the outcome of the election is a fool's game, you can be sure of one thing: if Donald Trump ever marries again, Hillary and Bill will not be on the guest list.
Question 2. In 2015, who was richer? The average person in Germany, Italy, and France? Or the average person in England, Scotland, and Wales?